Plastic bags are light, low cost and can be produced in a variety of shapes and sizes, giving them a wide variety of uses. But these advantages have led to a much bigger environmental disadvantage. According to Kenya's National Environment Management Authority, around 24 million plastic bags are used every month. The United Nations Environmental Programme has placed the primary blame for this on the retail sector, saying that 100 million of them are handed out every year in Kenya by supermarkets alone. And so as of 28 August 2017, the government will be enforcing a complete ban on the items. Wide-scale bans on plastic bags in Africa are not new. In 2004, Rwanda prohibited retailers from giving them away for free, and in 2008 banned their use completely. Since then, 10 more African countries have introduced either complete bans or high levies, each with varying degrees of success. And speaking of success, this is also not Kenya's first attempt. In 2007, a ban was issued against plastic bags below 0.3 millimeters in thickness with little success. And again in 2011, when that thickness was raised to 0.6 millimeters with similar results. Many have said that these failures were due to a lack of political will. But the government has vowed to be successful this time around and has launched awareness campaigns to increase effectivity. But what exactly is being banned? As it currently stands, the prohibition is on the use, manufacture and importation of all plastic bags used for commercial and household packaging. Now, these fall into two main categories, the carrier bag and the flat bag. The carrier bag is the common single-use plastic bag constructed with handles, the kind handed out at most supermarkets, whereas the so-called flat bag is similar but has no handles. The ban does not extend to industrial packaging. Plastic bags are the #1 challenge for urban waste disposal in Kenya. Now, an estimated 2,000 tons of plastic bags end up as waste per month, which in a city like Nairobi makes up 20% of all waste consumed. Experts have largely blamed this on a lack of recycling. Only 5% of all plastic bags in the country are recycled. And the problem is steadily getting worse, with production of plastics between 2010 and 2014 increasing by roughly 400,000 tons. Now, this production leads to another problem. Importers and sellers of plastic bags have sued the Environment Cabinet Secretary to suspend the ban, saying it does not comply with the law and that the country will suffer economic losses if it is imposed. The 30 plastic bag manufacturers in the country have a combined capital investment of over $77 million, which they claim creates up to 60,000 direct jobs, all of which could be lost if the ban goes ahead. Now, as mentioned, Kenya's neighbor Rwanda has been plastic bag free since 2008, where offenders found smuggling them even face possible jail time. The reasons behind this had to do with saving lives as well as economics. And CGTN recently spoke to the Director General of Rwanda's Environment Management Authority to find out how they got it right.
I think it's having a strong leadership that understands the importance of engaging the people to be part of cleaning the environment. It's where I see the strong point. If you could see your president, your prime minister there outside with the other people, then you can't just go home and sleep. So people started to buy in, and it's an opportunity where we also meet and talk about the government programs, different programs. That's where the authorities to communicate, where there is communication to be made to the communities. So we see Umuganda as a forum, where people discuss issues that are related to the development of the country. So that was part of it. The most difficult part is for industries, where they want easy packaging materials. If you look at the alternatives, most of them cannot package at industrial level. For example, flowers, coffee, tea. And when you oblige them to go for alternatives, most of the time they're more expensive. And because our neighboring countries is still packaging plastics, when they compare, they find they are not going to be competitive in the region. So what we have done to deal with such challenges, we have agreed to list some products that requires special consideration in terms of packaging, because they have to meet quality and especially in terms of standards. But for that case, for monitoring purpose and tracing, we oblige them to, if it's for export, you have to write for export only. If it's for industry, you have to also to indicate what industry. For that case, you want to eliminate or to prevent people that will take that advantage and starting packaging in different areas, in markets, in supermarkets and all this. Every time people visit Rwanda, they say, how come this country is so clean like this? Most of them, they come here to learn how we have managed to ban plastics. So it's a blend to Rwanda. So in short, the principle is how can we reduce the use of plastics and then improve on recycling and reuse.